can do so, and we'll see how Game 1 breaks down NA versus EU, and we've got Frog and Mifflin.
Two storied organizations here. The Valkyries coming from the SPL, the Hex Mambo at Worlds last year, and they've got some just on the field. But I mean, I think one of the things that we saw, especially in that first set, hold that thought, Sam, under some pressure, taken out early. Hawk finds the first blood on our first Soul Siphon there in the mid lane.
Man, that is such a tough start for Sam for
on this right-hand side. Early, getting the Soul Laners involved.
Man, Julio's going to pull slightly ahead here. Doesn't have to split as many waves as his direct opponent does. Reinitiation on Sam for Soccer, and he's burning fast.
Blink in, and the Fearless double, a good peel there from Aquarius, but it may not be enough, and Sam for Soccer falls a second time at 5 minutes.
Man, Sam just was not ready for that blink forward.
And Sam is in the wings. If this turns into a major fight, it'll be about the secure onto the purple buff, trying not to lose it, and it will be a steal onto the Valkyries, and it's going to turn into a fight. Forced into the Rama ultimate. Sam is on the board, picks up the support, and that'll be all she wrote. A good kill answer back for Sam.
A simple rotation for Sam for Soccer.
Gamma and Sam for Soccer both beelining towards this, and Kha'Zix has pulled it back safely closer to the tower, but it will be an early 2v2 and a blink in onto Spudio. He doesn't stand a chance, and the beads get burned as well. They'll take away the buff and grab the ADC just in time for the rotation.
Yeah, Johnny just doesn't seem in an advantageous spot. You know, this new beacon, people figuring out whether or not it's worth fighting over in first slot. How many procs of it do you need to find value? To be determined. Double stun, double wall.
Double stun does right. They capture, but the dual lane members, and Kha'Zix is trapped, as is Spudio. The body blocks, he can't get out, and the execute comes through. Sam grabs a double kill, but the rotation over may be in time, and Johnny and Hawk are in for a trade back. A third comes in as the Soul Laner rotates over, and this is the battle that Julio has chosen to come over from right lane, and they'll only make it a trade for one. The Valkyries have positioning around this Stygian beacon, but it'll turn into a 5v5 as the ADCs rotate over as well, and Kha'Zix has started off the fight as Aquarius on the other side is forced out, but Kha'Zix falls first, and Sam for Soccer's on the board. Erupt Crimson taken down low by Julio, but Johnny...
That's why we haven't seen too many Gold Fury pulls, too many actual high-octane objectives. It's the ability to secure the fight afterward. Crimson dropped low. Shot shouldn't be enough to kill him, but can certainly send him back to base. Do Mambo keep up their aggression? It's yes.
Makes room for this tier 2 dive, and Johnny finds his way into the back, still has the destruction, and makes it 2, looking to make it 3 under the triple kill, and he'll jump in onto Wowie as well. Bit off more than he can chew, but it's a 3, make it 4 for 1 for Hex Mambo as they flipped the switch, and they may push down on this Phoenix as well. Wowie's got a back so far, and it's Aquarius looking for the zone on the front half of the fight, but Gamma starts it before he can get in, and a Lawbringer hits 3, and they're with the damage on the back end. Erupt Crimson has it to follow up and jumps in onto Julio as Sam for Soccer's into the back line, but the health bars, they're going the other way. Julio finds Gamma, he finds Wowie for the double, and they take down 3, and Erupt Crimson's in trouble as well. Aquarius, the only one, keeps him in the game, finding 2 there, but that may just be enough. They're gonna try to push it down, I think.
Yeah, that is a clear end call for me. You've already got minion waves starting to leak into base, 30 seconds on nearest respawn. And once more, it's the Valhalla Valkyries who I think are forced to make that decision. They have to take the fight around Fire Giant, knowing that if it were reset to neutral, if it were a long dance around Fire, poor map state, poor scaling in the late game, would have come back to bite them. And so a good call, a good idea to try and catch Hex Mambo on the reset. Unfortunately for them, Hex Mambo just a bit too fast, and Johnny a bit too strong. Spudio puts out the damage this time.
Even with some of these players. So we'll see if the Valkyries can bounce back here in game number 1, or are Hex Mambo going to sweep this one out with a 2-0? Let's throw it back over to our casters for game 2.
Game 1 felt like it had 2 total fights. That begs the question. With Sam for Soccer now on this mage pick, he may actually look for this aggression earlier than we were expecting. That is free indeed. The Kraken lands, and first blood goes to Sam for Soccer.
Aqua keeps it simple. The strength of tier. And all of a sudden, Hawk just really close to that kill threshold. Gamma stun's good.
Summoner here into the Astral Arrows. Misses second, though. Has to hit the third. And the CC is beautiful. Kha'Zix guarantees that answer back on him.
A whole lot of CDR It's some MP5, which he is desperately needing, electing to go away from the eye of the jungle, so sustain on field for him.
Rotation from Sanford Soccer, and the Kraken onto Kha'Zix will slow them down and force him to run the wrong direction. It'll be another pick onto the jungler for the Valkyries. Just a pick for the Valks.
Sam maintaining presence around the neutral farm. Doesn't have Kraken.
Oh my.
Wow, he baited forward too far. No ultimate to confirm, but it's Johnny into the tower, and a simple pickup from there. Does he continue the fight, though? Again, no Kraken for Sam.
Sam looks to fight Johnny, and he's confident in this backline. Maybe he shouldn't be. Just turning
Likely
around.
Similar projections. That said, it is still a significant lead across the board.
He
Johnny
does not get to play the game. Gamma comes around from behind him, and the Kraken is
I'd seen rumblings of the mages just going tier 2 items and completely leaving them behind. Seems to me that's the case here.
Gamma traps in Hawk, and the damage
Yikes.
comes through instantly. Hawk is surrounded and taken down early on in this one, and the Valkyries find another.
For Sanford Soccer, there is no shell, so any bit of damage that goes his way will stick. Has no immunity to play with.
Aquarius may be the target. Here's Johnny still having that execute in the tank, and it will be on to Aquarius, the first death in a while. Hex Mambo try to even that kill lead back up.
A clear target for this Alkwong execute.
Beads burn, and Julio looking to flank a little bit as well. He'll come in onto this capture point, and it's already halfway there for the Valkyries. They'll grab it, and they'll target onto Julio as the damage comes through, and he gets shredded, but makes it out by a miracle, and Gamma is the one that gets turned on. Hawk finds Wowie as well, and Hex Mambo out of nowhere make their presence known. Julio gets out by the skin of his teeth, and now is back in at full HP. The shred potential is there. It's down to 50% HP, but they choose to fight instead, and Julio is gone early on in this fight, but they're still onto the objective. They have to be careful with this leash.
Sanford Soccer real low. That's it for his team fight. Fire Giant reset entirely, and the shots are good from Spudio. Makes it look easy. Sanford Soccer sent to the grayscale. Julio in trade, but he'll respawn sooner. Even though we're only 22 minutes into the game, there are plenty of power spikes to come. We're starting to approach 6th item slot. Why force it now?
Julio maybe getting forced down here. The ultimates get used, and he grabs Gamma up into the sky. Kha'Zix is here to potentially help him out, but the Kraken is off the mark onto the tanks, and both of them find safety under this tier 1 tower. The jump in will send Erupt Crimson to the grave, and he gets taken down as Mambo answer back and look for the snipe. 1 hits, 2 hits, off the mark with the 3rd, but that does not stop the engage. The water illusion finds the kill, and once again, 2 fall.
Heat check them. Are you all 5 in the Phoenix? Yes, so we don't need to be worried about our positioning in the jungle. Let's go ahead and just pull the Fire Giant. Hex Mambo playing intelligently around their push. Fire Giant's going to burn quickly here, and it's Gamma and Aqua in already.
Got the positioning here, and Julio's in the front. He'll get trapped in with that tectonic shift, but will get jumped out with the Phantom Shell as well, and burning a couple of ultimates on both sides. Sanford Soccer gets chunked by the Astraleros, and watch Johnny in the back. He'll take Sam's life, and he may look for more as the rest of the team is in onto the members here of the Valkyries, falling low, and Johnny finds a double. Gamma is next on the chopping block, and Julio finds a 4th. It's only Aquarius left alive, and we can't say that for much longer. 2 different double kills for the Valhalla, or for the Hex Mambo rather, and they'll push down and take game number 2.
Hex Mambo so convincing in their team fight, absolutely tear apart the Valhalla Valkyries. 1 resource gone, beads off of Sanford Soccer, and Johnny says, I'll be headed up to the air, and I'll deliver my death unto whoever I make contact with.